I personally think that Mario Odyssey is a little overrated, although the game ain't bad, so if you like the game or even love the game, don't be offended because I love it as well, and maybe just as much as you do. So starting off with the beginning segment, opening levels. Galaxy has the Good Egg Galaxy, and Odyssey has the Cap Kingdom. Fairly short beginner levels, I just don't think they're all that memorable. When you compare the Cap Kingdom to opening levels like Bianco Hills from Sunshine and Bomb on Battlefield from 64, you can truly see the fault there. I've seen arguments about how the true opening levels of Galaxy and Odyssey are Honey Hive Galaxy and Fossil Falls, and I get it, but they're technically not the first level. I also want to touch on how the level selection is pretty bland for the most part. You have your basic water, basic desert, basic snow levels, etc. Exceptions being those like Luncheon and Metro where they actually feel different. It sort of feels like an open world new Super Mario Bros. Game. Just, maybe not as much. Comparing this to the vibrant level selection in Sunshine, where, though thematically restrained, there's a lot of creativity still being shown. Or even Galaxy, where creativity was arguably at its highest. A lot of the levels feel like no-brainer inclusions, and it's not that impressive. Another aspect I want to touch on is the secret levels, where you enter these basic parkour sections. Sunshine had these as well, but the aesthetic for them was pretty interesting and consistent. Not to say that Odysseys were not interesting, but they felt rather dull and just repetitive in terms of look. Now we go on to the pros. Now, there's parts in the game that are pretty nice. The fact that there's over 800 moons to collect is amazing and far surpasses the usual 120, but I feel like the huge number is kind of a turnoff for someone that wants to 100% the game. You'd be looking for moons for a long time. Cappy is a really cool gimmick that can allow for a variety of playstyles. I actually think this might be the greatest gimmick in 3D Mario.
Hello darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again.
Another good thing about the game is its diverse group of NPCs. Metro has the humans, Luncheon has the, what I'd like to call the fork people, and Snow Kingdom has those characters that like to turn into balls. And they like to roll around and stuff. Galaxy and Sunshine touch on this a lot, and even 64 does too with the pink bomb-bombs. Galaxies being, well, in the Lumas, and Sunshine having the Piantas and the Nokis. There are some pretty fun inclusions in the game as well, such as the online activity Balloon World. Basically, a player can hide a balloon in a limited amount of time for other players to find it in a limited amount of time. Sort of like Prop Hunt, but in Mario. So, that's pretty cool. I think there's a lack of memorability with the bosses in the game, however. Remember when Sunshine had memorable bosses like Gooper Blooper and Petey Piranha, or when 64 had King Thwomp or Big Boo? The only real bosses we have in the game are the Brutals, and I barely even remember them because they were all the same. Different costumes is a great way to change up the look of the game, and different music selection is another aspect that I would like to see return in future Mario titles, and having the freedom to change to whichever song that you want to listen to on any level. That's a major positive for the game as a whole, to further prove that it is indeed a great game. To kind of wrap up this sort of messy video, I just want to say that I had the time of my life when playing this game. It's just when I compare it to other Mario titles, it feels a little underwhelming. And remember, overrated does not equal bad.